farmer, friend, singer-songwriter, Lyal Strickland.
And that's farmer, friend, and jack-of-all-trades, Chris Horn.
And we're those Tastebud Guys.
There's little floaties in there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I guess we should do something. Oh, well, welcome to the 2019 recap. If you have never watched us before, this is probably not the episode you want to start on.
Yeah, go to a different episode. This is not it.
Right here. If you're on YouTube, I just put a full playlist up there. Try something that we have done over the course of the last year that might give you some actual information. Today, we're just going to talk about all the stuff we did in last year and the things we hope to do next year, and we're not going to give you much information. We'll talk a little bit about this mess in front of us, but yeah, probably not the best episode to start out on. If you are not just joining us and you've seen an episode before or are a regular, I guess we'll call them, a buddy, then thanks for coming back. And anybody that's here, please like, subscribe, hit the little bell for the notifications on YouTube so you know when we put a new episode up. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And, you know, I mean, we might put something up there. It's hard to say. Instagram, we do Instagram quite a bit. So
that's true.
So we decided that we would do a 1 year recap. So yeah. January 2nd of 2019, we put up our first episode of Budweiser, which, again, on YouTube, linked right up here.
He's always putting it over my head.
I put it over.
It's ridiculous.
Wait, let's see. It might be backwards now. Are we the same way we always was? No, it's the same way because you're to my left. It's still over there, yes. So we've been plotting and planning and drinking for a while, so this episode is going to ramble a bit. It'll be long, probably.
Yes.
We're going to talk a little bit about some of our favorites and our least favorites and some of our plans. And if you guys have been with us from the beginning or you've just joined us recently, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. We wish you could pull up a chair here right with us and have this conversation live. We would love it. And maybe someday we can actually accomplish that.
Yeah, so. Absolutely.
Okay. I'm going to do a lot of talking because I know you've been sick, and I ain't going to force you to talk.
Cool.
If you don't,
I'll just keep drinking.
You'll just keep drinking. What are you drinking? You've got a couple glasses. I guess I've got a couple glasses going, too.
I'm drinking the 1792 small batch.
Okay. Which we have reviewed, but they haven't seen.
Yeah, I need to get on the editing.
Yeah.
And I'm also drinking a SoPro Salad Days,
which we have
Southern Prohibition. We have done that episode, and it's a solid IPA.
I'm on Dark Horse Plead the Fifth, which is such a good one, and some rum from Kraken.
There we go.
So, if anybody was curious, yeah, we've already did my beer. The rum, you just need to try it. You either like rum or you don't. So.
How do we want to break into this? You want to go top beers and then top spirits, or?
Yeah, let's talk about beers first. Okay. So I made a list so I wouldn't forget.
I have notes as well. Look how prepared we are. Okay. This is beautiful.
Let's talk about our favorite beers.
Yes.
And he hasn't seen my list, and I haven't seen his, so I'm actually pretty curious about this. I got 3 of my favorite beers, yeah, let's do the favorite beers.
Okay.
All right.
Name your top beer that we've done on the show.
My third favorite.
You want to go from bottom
up?
Okay, bottom up.
Taste of Summer by Shorts Brewery.
Okay.
That episode's right up here. Over his head.
What if we intersect, but they're not in the same order?
Well, then we'll say it was linked a minute ago.
Okay.
I got a feeling we'll like a few of the same ones.
My third that I had down were the beers that Jared Deck brought us from Big in Oklahoma City or Norman.
Made my list. Which one?
Particularly the coconut porter, I remember being
Aloha.
So good because it wasn't an overpoweringly sweet coconut.
That was so good. And I was there again recently.
Yeah.
And they don't have the what was it called? Something Aloha. They don't have that exact same one. They call it something a little bit different. It was one very similar.
But it's basically...
Oh, God, their stuff's so good. Man, if you guys are over in... I can't remember if it's Norman or if it's the...
It's somewhere in the Oklahoma City
It's right there
thing.
around
Like,
home.
yeah.
Man, go check them out. They got a cool little place. It's right downtown, right on the strip. We still plan to get over there. I think they'll still let us come over. Last time I was there, they showed up super nice guys. Man, I love them to death, and they make some awesome beer.
Yeah. Okay, number 2.
Number 2, Here Goes Nothing from Distill. Now, that's a throwback because
to the hiking.
that was our hiking video.
Oh.
But it was, I know I didn't do much of a review on it, but that was so surprisingly good.
Yeah.
Man, I loved that beer. And honestly, I haven't had it since. I haven't been able to find it. But it's a very good one. But Distill, Illinois, I believe.
Yep.
And Here Goes to Nothing.
I found it up north when I was scouting out these top 2 beers for me, one of which, my second beer of the year, was that Shorts Shandy. Oh, God, that was so good.
One of the best sours. I guess it wasn't a sour, it was a shandy, but man, it was nice and sour. That was a great beer.
It was like blueberry and raspberry and all sorts of stuff. It was just absolutely...
Yeah, I'm with you, man.
Stellar.
Glad to have that one.
Okay, what's your number 1 beer?
Number 1 beer of the year. Actually, I'm drinking it right now. It's Dark Horse, Plead the Fifth.
I don't know why I'm high-fiving you. I'll do both.
All right. Him in the face. This has been my favorite beer. To be honest, we got ready to do the show. I went over to the refrigerator. I already had my list made up since yesterday. And I was just going to grab something out of their drink, and I seen that, and I thought I'm cracking it right before the show because that's the beer I've been...
Yep, that's my number 1 beer as well that we've done. By far and above, and I'm an IPA guy.
I know.
We did Squatters IPA, which I really liked, where I'm drinking a SoPro Salad Days. But yeah, that Dark Truth from... or Plead the Fifth from Dark Horse, rather, was fantastic.
So... we talked about doing a bottom 3.
Yeah.
Which I did, but you didn't come up with a bottom 3.
I didn't do a bottom 3. Here's what I did for beers. Beers.
Well, here's
drinks.
Here's my point.
Yeah.
Is 2 of the beers you just mentioned made my bottom 3.
Yeah.
My number 3 was the Squatters.
Well, yeah, that's fair. That's in my wheelhouse.
And my number 2 was, my number 1 was Salad Days.
Oh, okay.
My number 2 was the Sioux from Yazoo Brewing.
Yeah, I was disappointed in the Sioux. I really was. I want to have some more stuff by Yazoo because I know they make good
No, they
beer.
do make good stuff. That
Sioux,
one did not...
It didn't really punch it for
It was
me.
fine, and please don't think I'm saying it's a bad beer. It's not a bad beer. It's just, as far as what we did this year, it wasn't among my favorites.
So, I didn't really do the least favorite, but I did have a couple of, honorable mentions, maybe, in terms of oddness or uniqueness.
I've got a couple that's interesting.
One was the Crazy Brewski that we did. That was it's back here somewhere. That was a what was it, a 15%?
15%.
Pilsner?
Oh, it's right there. It's in the top row, right?
15% Pilsner was actually. I don't know if it's something that I would drink, but it's definitely something I would keep in my fridge. It's so damn unique.
There was 2 bottles of that bought.
Yeah.
And one of them went in a friend of ours' refrigerator. Yeah, Bob's refrigerator.
Yep.
I bet it's still there.
No, I think I finally got drank. I think they split it one night.
I would have loved to seen the look on their face.
The second honorable mention I would say was Cutwater in their spicy Bloody Mary.
I was
so cocktail
close to putting that in. That was probably my number 4.
I was blown away, not because it's just the best thing I've ever had, but honestly, most of those canned cocktails I think are pretty much junk. They're just not good.
I agree.
And Bloody Marys especially. But the one from Cutwater, and specifically the one from Cutwater, because we had one that wasn't spicy, that was kind of like junk. It was kind of like a bad V8. But the spicy Bloody Mary from Cutwater was absolutely fantastic. So
my most interesting that I put on my list, and I think you overlooked this because I remember how much you raved about it as well, was the Smashed Ale from Greenbush.
Oh, no, I didn't overlook it. I dearly wanted to put that in my top, but it's such a basic beer. No,
I thought that one had some of the most interesting notes of everything I had. It's not my favorite beer.
Yeah.
Although it is my favorite smash ale we've had. We've had more besides what was on the show.
It's literally a basic beer. It's beer boiled down to its most basic components. And it's a fantastic, and you're right, it's the best smash ale that I've ever had.
That was our first one. I was super into it. I tried a couple more since then. They've not hit a mark at all. I was not impressed in any way, shape, or form. But I thought that was the most interesting beer we had all year as far as something unique, something fun.
I'd go along with that. It was definitely in my top thing.
I'll be a bigger shocker than I can't believe we agreed on the number one beer. Our favorite beer would come to be the same one. That blows my mind.
It's just a damn good beer.
I don't know what I thought you would have picked.
Yeah.
I should have done it. We should have done it. We should have made a guess to see who would have picked what. That'd have been very interesting.
Dark Horse. I want to try more from Dark Horse and see if all their stuff is that good, or if just Plead the Fifth is like their wheelhouse.
All right. What about whiskey? And by whiskey, we mean basically everything else. That could be tequila.
Spirits,
that
right?
could be
Liquor.
Yeah, that could be just pretty much anything on there.
Okay. My number 3.
Okay.
My number 3 is Bibb and Tucker.
Okay.
6-year Bibb and Tucker. I was blown away at how unique the taste profile was. It was nice and fresh and clean, and I really haven't had many bourbons that have that complexity with such a clean finish. And for the price point, that's my number 3.
100% agree with everything you said. My number 3 was a tequila, the Don Julio 1942. Man, that thing had just awesome flavors. I like tequila. I don't know if tequila for straight drinking is ever going to take over the bourbon spot for me, which is why it ended up at a number 3.
Yeah.
But man, that was such a good drink.
Okay, so this is interesting because my number 2 was the Don Julio 1942.
Okay.
This tequila that we're talking about absolutely changed my perception of tequila.
Yeah.
And I think you're right.
Mine
Nine times out of 10, if you say, hey, do you want a glass of something, I'm probably going to reach for a bourbon or a scotch.
We got ready to deal. I said, what do you want to drink? And we set a couple drinks on the table, so we had something here, and we both chose bourbons. I mean, I throw rum up here.
So the thing is, though, when I'm in the mood for something lighter, I'm going to go generally towards a gin. But with Don Julio, I'm now squarely in the tequila realm when I'm talking clear liquids or near clear liquids. Something that's a little lighter in flavor, not so punch you in the gut like bourbon.
But I think we can both agree vodka sucks, right?
Vodka's terrible. There's why?
I don't know.
I
believe I said in a future episode that you haven't seen yet that we recorded 10 minutes ago was Rocktown makes a really pretty good vodka, but it's hot. It's moonshine hot.
Moonshine is its own thing, right? But
which we didn't do some of them. I know we've got one on the shelf someone recommended. I'm really hard pressed to get into moonshines that are labeled.
Yeah.
And I know that's just a little bit of snootiness on my part, but honestly, I just haven't had a labeled moonshine.
It conflicts the whole aura of moonshine, you know?
We had a guy give us a bottle, no strings attached. He loves it. He thinks it's one of the best ones, so we are definitely going to do it. What's your...
This up here.
Oh, no, you already did your number 2, so I'm at my number 2.
Yeah, number 2. Oh, number 2.
Number 2, this could have doubled for my most interesting as well. I really could have swapped these around, I think. But I'm going with Hochstadter's Slow and Low.
Oh.
Because, for an absolute shock.
Yeah.
For something I had no expectations for whatsoever. And guys, I'm throwing these links up as we go. Click on them if you're curious. That one blew my mind. And I almost grabbed another bottle of it again tonight just to set it on the table. I liked it that much.
I'm just sad that that's not on my list because it should be.
It should be. I agree. To be honest,
so good.
I thought that'd be your number one.
No, it's not my number one, but it's not even on my list.
I thought for sure it'd be at least your most interesting.
No, it's not. But now I just feel bad about myself. No,
I think of everything we tried, that's the one I've heard you talk most about off camera.
It's fantastic. I would absolutely have that on my shelf and do have it on my shelf constantly because it's an old-fashioned in a glass. It's beautiful.
It's really a little too sweet for my old-fashioned tastes.
Yeah.
But for a drink in and of itself, man, you cannot beat just open up a bottle and pour it over ice and going, here's a drink.
So good. So
you
good.
like it?
Yeah. No, my number one, and this qualifies.
Let me see if hold on.
Okay.
Let me think for just a second.
Let me tell you my qualifications for number one. Here's what I based my number one on. Taste, nose, color, and price point.
Ooh, price point, okay.
So I think it all needs to come together, right? It's got to be tasty, the nose has to be good, it has to look good in the bottle, and it has to be accessible price point wise. And I think that this whiskey is my favorite of the year, my favorite find.
Okay. Now I will say if you want to take a guess at mine, I did not include price point. I said screw price point. This is what I like. That's that.
Okay.
But since you included price point, I'm going to say you chose Old Forester.
That's my number one. Yes.
Yeah.
It's so good for the price point.
It is. For the price point, you cannot beat that.
I can't.
But it's super traditional bourbon. I love it for the price. I didn't think it was anything that blew my mind, made me remember it.
It is, for the price point, it is better than Buffalo Trace. It is better than Woodford Reserve. It is better than Jim Beam. It is better than... It's so damn good for what it is. It is almost as good, with slightly different qualities, as the Booker's Kitchen Table that we did, which was $90 a bottle. An Old Forester runs $30 to $35, maybe $40 if you're really being squeezed for it. It's a great bourbon, and that's a recommendation from Patrick, right? Was that Patrick, or who was that?
No.
Or was that another person on YouTube?
No, it was just somebody that posted on, I think it was actually Facebook.
Okay.
And I can't remember who it was right off the top of my head. But
props to that person.
Yeah, great call. It is absolutely one you should keep on your shelf.
Yeah.
I 100% agree. I do not blame you for putting on your number one list, especially if you're counting price point. And
Old Forester is my new standard bourbon in terms of like the bourbon that I have that's not getting mixed, but is just something I'm going to drink out of a glass. That I don't feel bad about pouring a glass for a buddy who's maybe not into bourbon that much, like, what I'm talking about. Like, you don't want to pour a $600 bottle of whiskey for somebody who doesn't like whiskey, right?
No, I tried that with some scotch. Well, not $600. A $80 bottle of scotch for somebody that wasn't into scotch. And they left it sitting there at the end of the night, and I was really disappointed. So
no.
Anyways, care to take a guess at my number one?
Okay, well, what were your qualifications?
I liked it a lot.
Was it a bourbon?
Well, now I don't feel like that's part of what you get to guess.
I'm gonna say, I'm just on the stuff that you talked about. I'm gonna say that it was the Whistle Pig 15.
It should have been probably, and I was so close. Here's the only reason Whistle Pig did not make my list.
Okay.
Was because I already had another bourbon up there.
Yeah.
And it beat it out, and that was Bibb and Tucker.
Oh,
Bibb and Tucker
was your number one.
That was the best bourbon I have had. And, now that you said, maybe I did count price point, because Bibb and Tucker at $50 versus Whistle Pig at 300 or something. Whatever.
$350. I think it's $350 a bottle for Whistle Pig 15.
That was tough. And I loved Whistle Pig. And I want to try all of them. It was very, very good. Really... It probably should have been my number two. Yeah. And Don Julio probably shouldn't have made the list, but I really wanted to include a tequila.
Don Julio was such an eye opener for me for tequila. And I think that that's important, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those game changer things, which leads me to my most interesting, unique thing that we did this year.
Okay, I am very curious about this. I have no idea what you're going to say.
Mezcals. Holy shit.
Oh, okay.
I had no clue about mezcals, and now my mind is blown by mezcals. We had the Casamigos, we had the Bozal.
Yeah. Both are very good and super.
I've since had the
interesting
Casamigos Blanco and Anejo. They're also quite good.
Are they comparable to the?
Yeah. It's, I don't know, for the price point, it's like maybe, but yeah, they're tasty.
I assume the Anejo went up in price.
Oh yeah, quite a bit.
Okay.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Mezcals, I didn't even know they existed, although I've had them before, but it's the smoky quality that I really enjoy in those drinks. So that was my big, mind-blowing liquor thing.
Okay, and like I said, mine could have been Hofstadter's Slow and Low.
Yeah, that was...
It probably should have been, now that I'm thinking about it. But I went with a distillery that I've had several of their other liquors, and they're great. They're legit great, out of Waco, Texas. I went with Balcones Brimstone.
Oh my god, I forgot about Balcones.
Yeah, it was so good, and it was so, man, the wood and smoke flavor in that, for not being heated, was just, I was out. I loved it.
Yeah,
absolutely loved it. So that made my most interesting whiskey. I would buy another bottle of that just because I love serving it to people.
Yeah.
It is good. It's good in its own special way. You're not going to get it and go, oh, this is the most amazing thing I've ever had.
Yeah.
But you are going to get it and go, damn.
That's a thing. That's a thing.
That's a thing. You're absolutely right. By the way, I switched up to Blue Moon's Iced Coffee Blonde, if anybody cares. And I'm on my second or third six-pack of that, and we probably need to review it. If you haven't had it, that is really good.
Yeah, and we've got a Schlafly coffee blonde as well, double bean that we're going to do. I like this better. We're going to do a back to back. I like the Schlafly better. He likes the Blue Moon. Whatever.
But I've never tried them back to back. So yeah, we should do that episode and see what we think. What else I got on my list? Let's see. Favorite episode or moment? I picked out a favorite moment or an episode that we had.
I don't really have a favorite moment.
I think you do. I think you think the one that I'm going to pick, I think, is going to be your favorite, and you just didn't remember it.
Well, that's probably damn true. What is it?
If I said Boulevard, what would you say?
Oh, God. Yes.
Yes, that's either I linked that episode or he just cut to the scene that we're talking about. I don't know what you're going to do.
That was so
back
bad.
in, I guess it'd be like March-ish?
It was May. No, it was because all the Cinco de Mayo stuff.
Cinco de Mayo, episode 4. We tried the Boulevard, what was it called? Something Ghost.
Tequila Lime or Lime Tequila.
Boulevard Tequila Ghost.
There you go.
Ghost. Yeah. And it was the worst smelling thing I've ever had in my life.
It tasted like a lime popsicle, but
it was fantastic in the taste, but it smelled like feet.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was so bad. But
vomit. I think Chris said it smelled like cat vomit.
I smelled like cat poop. You said it smelled like vomit.
That's right.
And it had such a unique flavor that I can't even begin to describe it. It was a good beer.
It was.
And
it's good,
but it was so much fun. It was one of those moments where you just giggled. We shot several episodes, so it might have been a little drunk, but it was a lot of fun. And that was my favorite interesting moment on camera. Now, I've had a few shocking moments. I mean, there's several times we've tried stuff on camera that I've been like, wow, I can't believe I liked that.
Well, after the suggestion that we actually try stuff on camera be like for the first time, we've had more shocking moments. But
that's true. I mean, that's how I come up with my favorite whiskey was the 1792.
Yeah.
So, do you have a favorite moment you can think of?
Not really. Honestly, I've just had a damn good time drinking good beers and good liquors, and just chatting about the stuff. I've been incredibly encouraged by the people that we go out and we live our lives and we talk to people, and every now and then someone goes like, hey, like I watched that episode on something and I bought a bottle of this. Hochstetter's is actually one that multiple people have said, like they come
several
up and
people have said they tried Hochstetter's.
Well, I went and bought a bottle of that, and thank God I did. Like, it's beautiful.
Try it, guys, if you haven't. I know we're going along, and we're going to continue to go along. Guys, that's the end of our listing stuff. We're going to talk a little bit about what we plan on doing in the future and where we kind of come from.
Yeah.
This will be an extra long episode. It's a bonus episode for you guys. If you're tired of hearing us, then no problem. No worries. I
shut that
appreciate
shit off.
Shut it off. It's your computer. Shut it off. But real quick, so we started January 2nd of 2019.
Yeah.
And I don't know when this one releases. I think it'll be right at January 2nd or very close to it.
Yeah.
So, which incidentally is my birthday.
Oh.
So
I didn't know that.
You wouldn't. Why would you?
I don't remember shit.
I get nothing. Anyways.
I get no respect.
No respect. Anyway, so yeah, oddly enough, if this episode was released before January 2nd or on January 2nd, that would be 52 episodes for the year.
Yeah, and that was our goal, to release one episode a week.
Yeah.
We're trying to do...
perfect on that. We didn't actually hit one episode a week, but with the bonus episodes...
we're almost there.
Yeah, providing tomorrow I get one out.
Yeah.
We're good. 52.
So we're trying to do even more next year. So in that time period, we started from sitting in recliners in our living.
Yeah, so we're running out of space.
We're always running out of space.
We are running out of space. We even bought bigger carts, but...
I know.
Anyhow. All right. Sorry about the interruption, guys. So, where was we at? We was talking about kind of...
we're talking about 2020.
2020, yeah.
When we started this, we started in two recliners in my house.
Your room, yeah.
And then Chris built us this beautiful set. But now
which has quickly been outgrown.
Yeah, drastically outgrown. And so we're going to move the set. We're going to open into more stuff. We're going to build an audio booth as part of the new set. So we can start doing an audio podcast as well.
Which will probably not have anything to do with beer. We don't think. It might. I don't know. But
who knows?
That's not the plan.
Yeah.
We're going to try to expand a little bit. We're trying to put out some more content.
Yeah.
We're going to attempt to, at some point, not immediately, but at some point, get to where we can put up 2 episodes a week.
That's the goal.
It probably won't be full episodes. It'll probably be like little mini episodes, like 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
We've kicked around some ideas. We'd be interested to hear your guys' ideas if you have anything.
There's so much good beer out there, and so much good whiskey and bourbon and scotch and
not even just drinks.
Blah.
So one of the things we kicked around was, do we want to try some different foods? Do we want to try different whatever? One of the big things I want to accomplish in 2020, I would like to start doing on-location shoots.
Yes, so, absolutely.
That could be breweries, could be distilleries, could be wineries, could be someone's kitchen. So if you've got a restaurant or something that you like,
give us a shout. We'll be there.
You have a distillery or a brewery near you that you want us to do a live shoot from, if you could contact that brewery or distillery for us and see if it's okay with them, then we could kind of hook up and go from there.
Yeah.
So, obviously, we live in Southwest Missouri, so there's got to be some geography involved.
Yeah, we're not jotting out to Oregon next week just for the hell of it.
Not next week, but in about, 12 to 16 weeks.
Because Oregon's beautiful, so yes, at some point.
Would love that. So, we are going to move our studio, as Lyal said, and we'll probably put that up on Facebook or Instagram and kind of document that, and you guys can see where we've been shooting from. We always talk about being in the basement. We literally are in a basement.
That's true.
That supposedly at one time was a morgue. Creepy.
Yeah.
What else are we looking to do in 2020? Episode a week, hopefully. still.
Oh, yeah. I really think we should bump up to 2 episodes a week.
Yeah.
This is what we've been talking about.
Yeah.
And now you're in on the conversation. I think we can do 2 episodes
Live
a week.
episode? Live episode would be something we want to try.
I do think live episodes, some on-location stuff like you talked about. Basically,
more music. I would like to see that.
Yes.
We've got a music episode coming up very quickly. I don't think it's been released yet as of the time we put this out.
Tony.
Yeah, Tony. That was great, man. If you guys get a chance, look up Tony Menard.
All of this, we're going to do it regardless of whether you help or not, because we're crazy and we're going to do it.
Yeah, so to be honest, guys, we started this because we wanted an excuse to get together and hang out each week and drink some beers or whatever. We did that pretty regularly, and then things kind of fell apart as life does. And as we chatted, we realized we wanted to make sure that continued, so we made ourselves an excuse. And, we've accomplished that. So
absolutely.
Happily so. We've managed to get a few of our friends on here. We hope to have more guests in the future episodes. And if you guys have ideas for us, if you have things you want to pitch for us, we would love to hear them in the comments, or you can message us however you want to get a hold of us.
We are open. Yeah. You got anything else you want to pack into this long-ass episode?
I know it's long, guys, but we appreciate each and every one of you. We appreciate the time you guys take to watch us. If anybody's even still watching us at this point, I know we're probably pushing 30 minutes at least. Sorry about that, but this should be a fun episode for us, at least, whether anybody else watches it.
They could be drunk. Who knows?
I hope
if you're drunk, you're probably still
I hope you have a table that looks similar to this at your house right now. Other than that, no, I don't have a lot. Keep following, keep subscribing. If you have ideas, ship them to us. If you're close to us and you want to come on the show, please send us a message. Yeah. We want people on here. We want to have other guests with new ideas. We want to be able to be part of your drinking experience or eating experience in this case. So, yeah.
All right. Well, until next time.
Whether it be the drink you're drinking,
the buddy that you're drinking with,
clothes you're wearing,
or the show that you're trying to
promote,
grab a buddy and try something new.
Oh, that was a good clink.